First, though, back to the Championship, Wolves and QPR. We're talking in the break. And should we get Clinton on now? Let's get him. As we're doing Championship. We'll get Clinton on now. Yeah, you don't have to talk to him. Clinton, are you there, mate?
I'm there. How you doing?
I'm very, very well, Clinton. I'm very, very well. But these guys aren't quite as energetic and happy as you are at the minute, Clinton. I believe you're going to be joining us every week now just to tell us how good Newcastle are.
Yeah, I might as well rub it in. I might as well enjoy it while I can.
Are you lying on your bed, Clinton?
No, I'm on a chair. Just
all right, it looked like a bed. I was going to say, yeah, it looks like a hotel room, Clinton. It was very fancy, like.
I am. I'm actually. I'm away from home at the moment on work duty, so that's the reason why.
All right.
Natural surroundings.
Whereabouts are you? Anywhere nice?
I'm in Birmingham.
Oh, so no. Sorry, too easy. We're talking to two guys here on the sofa who are struggling a bit in the Championship this season. No such problems for you. 2-1 at home versus Cardiff, your most recent result. Is there any stopping these guys? Are they winning the league?
Yeah.
Yeah?
By March.
By a long way?
By March, I reckon they'll be over.
By March, you reckon? That must be nice to hear, Clinton. Are you going to argue with them?
I like his thinking. Yeah, I totally agree. I said by March as well that we'd have it wrapped up in the bag as well. I mean, we're too good for some of these teams in the league. Wolves, though, they did have us up. I must admit, you did have us up. But we will struggle in certain games. So it wasn't an easy game against Cardiff, but we got the 3 points.
You were the last team to beat Newcastle. You beat them 2-0 at St James's Park as well, wasn't it?
Our best game of the season so far.
Yeah. What's the secret? What did you do that nobody else had done?
We scored 2 and they didn't.
Okay, good. Thank you. Well, fascinating insight there, Mark. Thank you very much. Well, there's the tactic, guys. If you have to play Newcastle this season, any chance of Brighton hanging on, pipping you to first place?
I reckon they'll hang on. I don't think they'll pip us to first place. I think they're our nearest rivals, them and Norwich City. I think it'll be between us three. At the moment, we've got a 3-point gap on them, but I can see us holding us right towards the very end. But I would like to see them come up with us because, you know, Chris Hughton, ex-Mag, it'd be nice to see him up in the Premier League with us as well.
Yeah, very good point. England team's been announced, and it was very much as you were. The same old, the same usual suspects that haven't been performing for nearly a decade. Were there any Newcastle players you think were unlucky not to get in the squad?
No, well, you know what? I'm going to chuck his name in there. John Joe Shelby should be in there. Come on.
Oh, here we go.
I know people are going to say he's playing in the Championship and, you know, all the rest of it. But look, as you just said before, there's a lot of people not, you know, performing to their prime level or they even deserve to be in there. And look at John Joe Shelby, he's absolutely bossing it. You know, you need a player like that who can pick the ball up from a quarterback position and then spray it left, right and centre. I don't think there's anyone in the league who can do it like that since Steven Gerrard.
Yeah, it is a strange one. I do have an element there of you disagreeing. There's some disagreement, some agreement here, Clinton. I think it's the Shelby-Gerrard comparison might have been a bit much. They were with you until maybe put him in the England squad. I think you lost them when you started comparing him to Steven Gerrard. But I take your point. But John Joe Shelby, he could do with the international break to keep fit. He's going to be banned for about 10 games, isn't he? What's going on with him at the moment? Charged for racist abuse in the game we touched on with the Wolves game.
Yeah, it was against the Wolves boys when we lost 2-0. Apparently something was said. I don't know if it was said in the heat of the moment or whatnot. Because again, it wasn't even heard by the player who it was said to. It was heard by a different player.
It was heard by a teammate. I think the player it was said to, his English wasn't good enough to basically understand it. And a teammate said, "Did you hear what he just called you?" I mean, interestingly, it happened in the 87th minute, in the exact same minute that Vernon Anita had got sent off. So I'm guessing it was during an ugly period of the game where everything got a bit heated. I don't think Newcastle appreciated you turning up and
winning
and turned them over.
Yeah, it happens. It's football, isn't it? I don't know. It's going back. I understand the bad tackles, the elbowing, the things like that being reviewed, but the players didn't complain. So why do you go back there? It wasn't in the match report, from what I understand, either.
I mean, it's a difficult one, though, isn't it? It's obviously, and rightly so, such a topic that has to be taken seriously. Do you think it goes on a lot more than the cases that we hear about? You think of Suarez and Terry in recent years, you know, now John Shelby, Andre Gray had a couple of homophobic tweets or whatever. Do you think stuff like that goes on the pitch more and the players are thick-skinned about it? But should they have to be?
I think the players are thick-skinned about it, but I think it just shows the lack of intelligence still in the game. You look at other sports, rugby, there's a lot more intelligence in that game. In the NFL, most of the players are, well, they're all college educated. John Joe Shelby's, this isn't the first time that he's mouthed off and got himself in trouble. When he got sent off for Liverpool, playing against United, gobbing down to Alex Ferguson. Who did he think he was? Haven't got Alex Ferguson? Nobody heard of him. Yeah. He's a bit of a nutter, Shelby. He's obviously very talented, but he's been sent off before for bad tackles, for losing his temper. And you cannot, whatever way you want to argue with another player. And yes, there's probably players goading him. The manager's probably said, when you rile Shelby, he will let himself down. But there is no excuse for using that kind of language. And whether it might be a bit of a problem. The John Terry situation wasn't heard by Anton Ferdinand, but it was heard by a fan, actually. That's how that one started going out. And Suarez again. I mean, there's no excuse for John Joe Shelby to use that language in English. I mean, a foreign player might try and pretend that they don't know the English or don't know the translation. They get away with it. But John Joe Shelby cannot do it, and he deserved. And he'll get 5 games probably. John Terry got 4. I think that's ridiculous. I think that it should be longer. It should be a lot longer because otherwise you're not going to stamp it out.
Yeah, when they gave Suarez 8, and then here we are again. So yeah, I don't know what the solution is. But I mean, still playing well. If it's brilliant, playing well. But I completely agree with you. I think it's spot on. Clinton, mate, we're going to let you go. Just quickly, how gutted are you that it's an international break at the moment?
Very gutted. I mean, we're on an unbeaten streak at the moment. 7 games unbeaten in the league, 8 overall. It's come out at the wrong time because we've got Leeds up next and they are on form. They're on fire at the moment. Great manager in Gary Monk. I hope we win that. I'm actually going to be going to that game, so fingers crossed we can get a good result. But yeah, international break comes at the wrong time all the time, and now we're without football for 2 weeks. Proper football, not none of this international break sort of stuff. So
yeah. I think everyone's
with you on that one.
I think we're all gutted that it's an international break. But then this one, and then nothing for ages. So that's the only thing that's getting me through this one at the moment. And we're going to ask a few fans this tonight as we're in an international break. But I think it's quite an easy one for Newcastle. How do you grade your season so far?
I would say it's an 8.5. Still room for improvement. I wasn't happy, obviously, with the first 2 games in the blip against Wolves. But definitely a solid 8.5. Happy to be through to the quarterfinals of the Cup. Still a lot to play for. I still think there's a lot of players that need to kind of roll their stocks up because we've got the likes of Diame picking up a paycheck, and I call him Sissoko in disguise. So we need to get the best out of players like that. But all in all, we can't really argue the fact that we're top of the league and through to the quarterfinals. So 8.5.
Perfect. Clinton, mate, thank you very much. Enjoy Birmingham.
Oh, will do.
Have a night down Broad Street tonight. Enjoy yourself, mate.
Oh, will do, man. I'm going on the drinks after
You'll
this.
see some things down Broad Street. Oh, you'll see some things down there. I went down Broad Street a boy and came out the other side a man. I swear to God. Cheers, Clinton, mate. Enjoy your very lush hotel in Birmingham. What hotel is that? I went to Birmingham 3 years and never saw anything as nice as that.